Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Florida with us. I'm Michael, in case you haven't been to the channel before. Today's video is a little different than what we normally do. This one is about Give Kids the World Village, which is a special place down here in Florida that grants wishes for children that are critically ill that want to come down to Central Florida and visit any of the theme parks or anything along those lines. This one is near and dear to my family's heart, as my niece back in the mid to late 90s was granted a wish and actually stayed at this village. Um, we were Me and my wife were talking about fundraising for a charity, and now that we live down here, this was top of our list. So we set up a fundraiser with them and contacted them. They were like, absolutely. They invited us over to come tour everything, because it has changed and stuff has been added since our niece stayed there. God, what, like 30 years ago now, almost. um and it's just as amazing as it's ever been. So we did a little tour around, took some kind of B-roll footage and stuff, because most of the kids were out, fulfilling part of their wishes at the park. So it was very vacant in there. So we were able to really get around and look and get some information from them. Hopefully, I've got the settings right on YouTube. I told them not to play any ads through this, so hopefully we don't get broken up by any ads, and we can just get straight to what a wonderful place this is, what they do for everyone, and how you can help. I'm going to put a link to the fundraiser in the description below, and I'll try to post a comment at the top with the link to the fundraiser in there. And I know we're a small channel at this point, just over 2,500 subscribers, but I believe we can. I think I set up to try to raise $1,000 from the channel. So anything helps. If you could share this video so other people can, or if you don't feel comfortable sharing the video, you could share the link, anything you'd like. And then, yeah, let's get into touring around this place, or talking about it, because it is amazing. Um, so it is 89 acres, and it's filled with 166 like villas, is what they call them. They look like little duplexes, and I'll show you in the video kind of what they look like later. But they started granting wishes back in the mid 80s. I think it was 86. It all started when a little girl named Amy had contacted a hotel owner about getting a room comped to come down for a wish. They contacted Henry Landworth, who is the founder of Give Kids the World. He said, of course, he understood a lost childhood because he was a Holocaust survivor as a child. He said, yep, absolutely, you can have a room. And unfortunately, the rest of the process of getting her travel plans made took too long. And Amy passed away before her wish could be granted. At that point, they said, never again will a child not get their wish granted. And Give Kids the World can grant a wish and have a family down within 24 hours. Think how amazing that is. Like, they just set it up, and within 24 hours, you can be in Central Florida going to Disney World, Universal, SeaWorld. They have tickets to all of them. It takes about $12 million a year to run this place. And they get a lot of corporate sponsors, and Disney helps and Universal helps, and I'm sure there's a lot of comp tickets. There is tons of volunteers. This place just runs completely off volunteers. And it's amazing. As we were down there, we got to talk to a lot of the volunteers, and they are just kind, amazing people doing great work. And once these families get down there, there's nothing they have to worry about. And we'll show in the video, they have a food court. Just walk in and get your breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They have an ice cream parlor that opens up for breakfast, because if you want ice cream for breakfast, you get ice cream for breakfast. One of the most special places in the whole. Sorry about that. AT&T knocked on the door. Wanted to make sure I was happy with my cell service. So one of the most special places to me that I saw was the stars they put up. So they have granted 200,000 wishes. This year they're celebrating granting 200,000 wishes. And every child that comes there and gets their wish granted has opportunity to decorate or write their name on this little gold star. and they have this room ceiling just, I mean, covered with all these stars that represent a wish that was granted. And I'm getting goosebumps now just talking and thinking about it. It is, I keep saying amazing because unfortunately, I cannot articulate to you just how great this place is. I wish I could. I hope I do it justice. I hope you guys understand the passion and just how great this place is. But let's get to watching some of the video, and I'll kind of tell you what's going on, what we see here, and that way you get a better idea to where, if you decide to donate, where your money's going. And I will mention that, there are costs to running a charity. There has to be some full-time employees and stuff, but this charity, 90 cents of every dollar goes straight to making wishes. I mean, that is an excellent portion going straight to what you think you're donating to. And then there's 10% to cover administrative costs and full-time employment costs and the things of that nature, as all charities have expenses. But 90 cents per dollar straight to making wishes. Let's get into our tour and I can show you guys around. Here we started with the administrative building. It's also the side entrance to the food court. Over there is the first ever accessible carousel under the mushroom, and we'll get a closer look at it in a minute. Here it is. And inside that room is where the stars are, and we'll definitely take a look at that. To the right of that was the volunteer area. I didn't focus as much on it just because, this is more about the kids, but these buildings are fantastic. I mean, there's the front door to the food court. I mean, how much fun is this? And I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'll say when we get in. So this is the food court in here. Like I said, it was the middle of the day. Most of the children were out of the parks. They had this amazing robot delivering free Girl Scout cookies to everyone. As I walked up, it stopped moving because it thought I wanted Girl Scout cookies. And then as I backed away, it went down to the next table to see if anybody there wanted Girl Scout cookies. And this is their little breakfast nook. So in the morning, if you're heading out to the parks, you can get like grab and go breakfast items here. This is in the seating area of the food court. All the decor in there, the teddy bears, the Disney stuff. I mean, the chairs that are lower. Pause the video for a second. Back there, the chairs that were lower so children in wheelchairs can access the tables easily. Everything in here is accessible. Right down to you can take a wheelchair into the pool, the carousel, wheelchair accessible. The playground that we see in a minute, wheelchair accessible, even to go up to the second levels. It's just, all the little things that you don't think about that aren't in a regular hotel or resort, that if you don't have a child in this situation or you haven't experienced a child in this situation, you don't realize are so important to be there. Sorry, we'll keep going now. This tree, I don't know if you'll be hearing the video, but he's snoring. He is holding up the side of this building, and he just kind of hangs out and snores there. And I thought it was so cute and so well done. We didn't film the pool because there was some kids in the pool, but it's off to the right. But this is their splash ground, which again is flat and wheelchairs can go through. So anybody can go on there. The big pirate ship in the back is where they'll do shows. They were showing movies there at the time. Here is the door to go into, you can start seeing the stars on the ceiling here. Every one of those shiny little objects you see on the ceiling is a star. That is a wish granted. And don't even be in awe yet. Wait till we get to the next room. There's a puppet show. There's a photo op where you can be king and queen because this is in the little kingdom. Restrooms in here, accessible restrooms, tables for coloring, wishing wells. And look at the stars just keep going. Over to the right is a little interactive area with a tree that shows videos to you and talks to you. And this is where I just really got amazed. Every one of these is a wish that was granted. Every one of those little dots. It is just amazing. You think you know what 200,000 looks like, but until you see it like this, you're like, wow, this place has done a lot of good for a lot of people. And this was just a little kind of nature nook off to the side from that I thought was really neat and kind of lit up. And you're in like a honeybee hive and just trying to show you all the neat stuff that's here. that the kids get to experience, because some of them can't spend very long at the parks due to whatever the situation they're in. So they need time back at the resort doing things that aren't quite as as strenuous as the Florida heat out at a park. This is their gift shop. It was closed today, but here is the Starlight Scoop. So this is the ice cream place that is open for breakfast. It is open all day with free ice cream for the kids and parents. These coolers are only 28 inches high, so children in wheelchairs can be able to see down to pick out their ice cream. And they have another one of these robots in here, and this one's delivering sprinkles. I thought it was so cute. That it's got like different sprinkles and cookie toppings and things like that. And it's got its own little apron on. They have a spa here for the kids. Let me pause on this for a second. So, kids can get their nails done. They can get like face painting done, things like that. And then in the back of it there, the parents can get pampered a little bit with their nails done and things like that. So there is an adult kind of section to it. And most of this stuff was closed when we were there during the day, because they typically open up around 4 or 5 o'clock, kind of when you see families start to come back in. I'm going to kind of go back on something here that I thought I got a picture of the room in the food court, but apparently I didn't. There's like a party room in there. And on Mondays, every Monday, Halloween celebrated at the village. So trick-or-treating, candy, all that good stuff. Mondays are Halloween. Wednesdays are surprise birthday party for all the children in the village, and it's held in that room along with the mayor of the village, which is the bunny mascot. And then on Thursdays, Christmas is celebrated at the village. Santa and Mrs. Claus come in, and it's Christmas. So as you're there the whole week, you get to experience like the holidays that are kind of more favorited by children. So everybody gets to experience Halloween, a birthday, and Christmas, plus the magic of whatever park they choose to go to and the magic of this place wrapped into one. It is just, I'm getting goosebumps again. Let's keep going. So this is the Share Your Light. This is just a wall. This is their campaign for their 200,000 wishes, and their fundraising to get donations. This was closed right now, but this is a STEM lab. And there's all kind of stuff you can do in here and learn engineering and stuff. This is check-in, where the families can check in. We'll go across there to where the safari boat ride is. But this Noah Ark Theater, I thought, was so unique, as is everything here. They have their own little theater in here. So there's 2 movies a day, and they're posted. I think one was like at 9:30, one was at 2:30. And before the movies, they have a little concession stand set up so you can get some popcorn and stuff. And then they have decor and, of course, accessible bathrooms. But, I mean, you have your own little movie theater here. It's great. And then we walk across the bridge. I mean, look at these huge Tinker toys. It's just so fun. I felt like I was in Toy Story Land, and Hollywood Studios is what it felt like. But they have, I didn't show, but there was miniature golf off to the side. They have this huge train system set up here that's really low to the ground, so everybody with glass, so everybody can see in. And like I said, it wasn't running because it was pretty empty at this point, because most of the families, like I said, were out and about. But this was so well decorated, and they had different train models off to the side that you could look at. These were little remote control boats that you could drive from inside. And I used to see these at theme parks a lot. I don't see them anymore. They had 2 PS5s in their game room. This is right off the little boats. So, I mean, there's something here for everyone. They had a little outside section arcade here with some skee ball. This is the train. It's like a Jurassic train. It goes through some tunnels, and you get to see dinosaurs and things like that. And again, wheelchair accessible. Let me pause again here. So, if you've ever been to the campgrounds and some of the larger resorts and everything, there's people in golf carts going all over the place, and people rent golf carts. So you can get picked up and transferred, like if you're in a villa towards the back, by golf cart. And they have wheelchair accessible golf carts where ramps come down and you can drive your wheelchair up and you just ride a golf cart like anybody else around. Sorry to keep pausing, but I keep remembering stuff as we were going. And then they had a couple carnival rides back here, like a typical flat ride, spinning ride, and then you look over to the other one here. That's kind of one of the villas in the back, and we'll get a closer look at those in a second because we go out and take a look. This is their inside arcade. Again, everything is free. You just walk up, hit the button, and start playing. I mean, nothing is spared for these children. It's like every answer wants to be yes. Can I do this? Yes. Can this happen? Yes. They've been through enough rough moments in their life that they need kind of a week to step back and just be a kid. So here we kind of go out into the villa section. You can kind of see where they're dual there on either side. That was their hospitality one. Here's another one that's kind of more back in the wooded section. And I think I get a closer look. Yeah, so your name, your family's name will be on there. It'll say welcome home. Look, you got a nice front porch. And sorry, my dogs are fighting with each other. Hopefully you guys don't hear that. And then over here in between this set of villas that was to the left is the corral where they bring in horses a couple times a week. And of course, it's wheelchair accessible. If I remember correctly, I go up, yeah. So they have the little track. It's, of course, under the shade because you don't want to be out in the beating sun in the Florida heat. But yes, there's a wheelchair ramp to get up on a horse so everybody can participate. This is the accessible playground. It is the largest Candyland board in the world. So if you're a fan of Candyland, this is your jam right here. And as we walk through, you can see all the characters. We kind of missed it, but there's ramps that go up. So wheelchair accessible to the slides. And then, of course, there's climbing apparatuses for those that are not wheelchair bound. And again, lots of canopy and shade. It's pretty hot this day, as it normally is in Florida. So not a lot of people taking part in the playground at this point. Here is the volunteer services. I thought that was cool that Peter Pan was flying up there. Something that I'm assuming Disney sent them. That's kind of the end of the video. So I really hope it shows a little bit. Like I said, I mean, I am not a professional filmmaker. I'm a guy that just started a YouTube channel with his daughter, and you have literally seen all the experience I have. I'm not a wordsmith, but I hope that I articulated enough how great this place is, how much it deserves support, and through the video, kind of what your money would be going to. Again, I'll put a link in the description for the fundraiser that goes straight to them. I'll put a link in a comment for the fundraiser that goes straight to them. If you could, please share this video along so other people can see it and maybe feel like they would want to give to this great organization. And if you don't want to share the video, if you can copy and paste the link and send it to someone, that would be great. Just anything helps. I mean, think about it. If we have 2,500 subscribers, if every subscriber donated $1, we would over double the goal. That's it. Each subscriber, $1. Blew the goal out of the water. I know you guys are great. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking our videos, commenting on stuff with us. You know, it's starting to feel like we got a real community going here, and hopefully we can do some good for this awesome place. So thank you for watching, and thank you for considering donating.